everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Stasia and I've recently lost almost 60 pounds following a whole food plant-based diet. So a lot of you guys have been asking me, how do you make your beans, Stasia? Can you make a video to show us exactly how you prepare your beans? So you asked and now you shall receive. So today's gonna be a really quick video because it is super simple how I prepare them. And quite honestly, these are the only way that I eat beans now. I used to eat canned beans all the time, actually all my life. That's the only way that I ate them. But now making them the way that I make them from scratch, I can never go back. I really can't. I just find that canned beans, as convenient as they are, first of all, are not as healthy as making them from scratch. And secondly, they're not as affordable as making them from scratch, which is super important in today's economy. And thirdly, I just don't care for the taste of them now that I make them the way that I do. It's just one of those things that, you know, I just can't go back. And that's not to say that you can't or shouldn't eat canned beans. Of course, if that's easier for you, if that's your preference, then, you know, to each their own. But today's video, I'm just gonna be showing you a really simple way that I prepare them, you know, and I just find that they're the best way to prepare them for multiple reasons. But we're gonna be getting into that in just a second. So one of the ways that I lost almost 60 pounds was through drinking my fiber protein shakes. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's basically a homemade protein shake that I created, and I drank these almost every single day for breakfast. So they are meant to replace a whole meal because I designed them to be, you know, really filling. I use beans, and beans are kind of the magic behind these shakes. And before you know, think that that sounds disgusting, which I completely understand why you would, I can promise you that you can't taste the beans. And I created some really amazing flavors like birthday cake, you know, chocolate brownie, Snickers, coffee crisp. Those are some of my favorite ones. That's why I tend to mention those ones a lot. But I promise you, they taste delicious. And because of these shakes and being able to keep me full for so long, because of the beans that have so much fiber and protein in them, they have really, really helped me get this 60 pounds off. And they are basically the inspiration behind this video because I always have beans cooked in my home, always. And a lot of you know that, and that's why you guys have asked for me to show you exactly how I make them. But yeah, the main reason I have beans on rotation so much are because I use them almost every day in both my kids and my own fiber protein shakes. So with that being said, right now I am running an amazing special on my brand new weight loss recipe ebook called Shake Off the Weight. And this ebook here has 22 different amazing flavors for these fiber protein shakes. So right now I'm running a sale on this book that for the next 48 hours only, you can grab a copy of this book for only $7. And I do want to mention that not only have I had tremendous success with these shakes, I have so many people who comment, DM me, email me to share the same. You know, that they have really seen the scales start to move by implementing these shakes and just how delicious they are, how much they've enjoyed them, even getting the hubby on board, you know, their kids on board with them. They are a fantastic way to up your bean intake. And in case you don't know, beans are one of the healthiest blue zone foods that we should be eating every single day. But sometimes it's hard to work them into our meals. At least for me it was. So I figured out a way how to get them in every single day, and beans have been a superpower in my weight loss journey in terms of keeping me full. So these shakes have been everything. So with all that being said, if you want to check out this book and you feel inspired to, you know, start implementing some fiber protein shakes on your weight loss journey, then now is the time to grab a copy because for the next 48 hours, the book is on sale for only $7. So if you want to check out that book, along with some of my other books containing some amazing oil-free, whole food, plant-based recipes that have also helped me along my weight loss journey, then the link can be found in my description box below. All right, so with that being said, let's go make some beans. All right, so when I'm thinking ahead, I typically like to soak my beans the night before. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. So here I am just gonna start with soaking some chickpeas, and then I'm also going to be soaking some black beans and some soybeans. So I like to just start by pouring them into a pot that I'm going to be soaking them in. And I like to use about half of the bag like I'm showing there. That usually gives me just the right amount. Keep in mind that when you soak them that they do expand in size. So I just find that half of a bag, like you can see there as well, this is the second half of this bag that I'll be using, is just kind of the perfect amount to get you going. So there I'm just dumping the black beans in. I don't have any particular brands of beans that I like more than the other. I find that in the Instant Pot, it just kind of makes all beans taste delicious. And here I'm just using some soybeans that I found at the bulk barn because I did have a really hard time finding the soybeans at a grocery store for some reason. So I was super thrilled when I found them at the bulk barn. So if you're in Canada, you can grab yourself some there. So lastly, I'm just gonna go ahead and cover all the beans in water. As you can see here, I like to put, about double the amount of water, I would say, because once again, when they do sit overnight, they will expand in size. So you wanna make sure that you have more than enough water. I have made the mistake of not adding enough water and then woke up to beans that weren't fully covered because now they were sitting above the water line. So definitely be generous with the water. So here I typically let them soak overnight, which works out to be about 12 hours or so. And this is what they look like in the morning. So as you can see there, especially with the chickpeas, they've really expanded in size. The soybeans as well, definitely expanded in size. So next, all I do is I dump them out of the soak water and give them a really good rinse. Now, this soak water, you do not want to keep for any type of soups or anything. So don't mistake that with using the soak water after you've prepared the beans. But that water, you just want to discard it. So I give it a really good rinse. And then right here, I'm just kind of transferring the beans all over the place so that I could get ready to throw them in my Instant Pot. So here, that's just the soybeans doing the same thing, giving them a good wash. And then I'm going to go ahead and now I'm going to throw it in my Instant Pot. So we're going to start with the chickpeas and get those bad boys cooking. So here I just fill the water about an inch or two, I would say, above the chickpeas. Once again, they will expand a little bit during the cooking process. So once it's all ready to go, then I usually turn it on for about 28 minutes or so. I don't know, that seems to be the magic number when I cook my beans. I like to make sure that they turn out like butter soft. So some might cook it a little less, but for me, 28 minutes seems to be the sweet spot for almost every single bean that I make. So here's how the chickpeas turned out, and I just want to show you how soft they turn out, how soft I like them. There you go. I'm talking like melt in your mouth type of beans. And this is precisely why I do not want to use canned beans ever again. Because once you start preparing them in the Instant Pot, you'll just see the difference and you'll find that the canned beans actually taste hard, in comparison to how soft and buttery like they feel when you make them in the Instant Pot. So here I'm just gonna go ahead and show you how I like to package up my beans. So these are reusable bags that I got off of Amazon, and I usually keep my beans in these bags for about 3 to 4 days in my refrigerator. And then by day 4, I pop them into my freezer. And yes, a lot of you guys have asked me if I use my beans straight out of the freezer for my shakes. And absolutely, if anything, I prefer them that way just because they help the shake just taste that much colder and delicious. And another point I want to leave you guys with is the reason why I prepare my beans this way, how I cook them individually, how I use absolutely no salt, no spices whatsoever, is because then they're totally versatile for any meal that you want. Want to have tacos? No problem. You can season them up that day. You want to throw them in a salad? Perfect. They'll go great with whatever dressing you're using. You want to throw them in a soup? They're all ready to go. Just throw a cup in a non-starchy soup and you have a complete meal. And the biggest reason for me personally is because then they are all ready to go for my awesome fiber protein shakes. So again, if you are interested in checking out these shakes, they are all super delicious. Strawberry peanut butter. We've got Snickers, which is one of my absolute favorite, as well as chocolate brownie. I even have a coffee crisp, vanilla birthday cake, the list goes on. There's 22 different flavors to choose from. Then be sure to check out that awesome book sale on my brand new book called Shake Off the Weight with over 22 flavors. These shakes have been such a game changer in my weight loss journey. I cannot stress it enough. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. If you found today's video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And if you are new here, I'd love to have you stick around. See you in the next one.